Hey everyone, today I'm going to be diving into some social media sponsorships and comparing the process of a deal that I pitched with a deal that came directly to me. So we're going to be doing two different campaigns, one with Just Salad and one with BSN Sports. The biggest takeaway that I want you to get from this video is that every deal is different and collaborations can be an absolutely wild ride. There are some outrageous things that I've seen happen, and the examples that I have picked are campaigns that went super well so far. And I picked these because it's an easy way to see when the process works well. But that is not the case for the majority of deals. So just know that every deal that I have pitched and every deal that I have received have not worked out this wonderfully. And there's oftentimes a lot more negotiation involved and a lot more saying no as well. But with that, let's jump into the first partnership, which is Just Salad, which is a partnership that I actually pitched to them. And the reason why I reached out is because I thought it would be a wonderful fit. I absolutely love Just salads. I actually eat one for lunch every day. A salad, that is, not a Just salad, but I really enjoy their food, and they have a location right off campus here in Gainesville. They have really clear missions as a company around sustainability and healthy eating, and those are two things that I care about as well. And they also have a medium-sized social media presence, so I felt that Just Salad could actually benefit from my platform and my audience. So I thought it might work out. Luckily it did. Little foreshadowing. So here is Just Salad's Instagram account. I noticed they had worked with influencers and content creators before just by searching through their tags and the posts that they have up right now. I also checked their TikTok. I noticed that they had done a couple influencer things there as well. So I thought, hey, this brand is already working with content creators, and that is an open door for me to pitch myself. So the next step, I tried to find some contact information. I searched LinkedIn for a social media manager or an influencer partnerships person. I have to admit, I'm not the greatest at searching for people on LinkedIn, so I was not successful in my search. So plan B, I just sent a DM to Just Salad on Instagram because I figured somebody from their social media team might see it and pass me along to the right person, which is exactly what happened. So this is what I said in my direct message pitch. I started just with a little introduction of who I am. I'm on the University of Florida gymnastics team. I'm a content creator, trying to give myself a little bit of relevance and credibility here. And then I jumped into why it's a good fit and why I want to work with Just Salad. Then I basically just said, let me know if you're interested in partnering, because I would really love to work with Just Salad. And that is the typical structure of the direct messages or the emails that I send initially out to brands. I also included that I have some food photography experience. I actually ran a food blog for a while. So I sent over a couple examples of my food photography because I thought that would help me stand out. And I knew that Just Salad could appreciate that because I've taken pictures of salads before and I think they're decent. And I knew that might help me land the partnership. Luckily, they responded to me pretty quickly. They said thank you, and they gave me contact information of their actual PR marketing associate to reach out to, which was great. So I proceeded to email that person right away, and I was going to send a similar thing. Stepping back, I didn't know their full strategy. I knew they were working with influencers, but I can't read their minds. I am not part of the company. I don't know what their full strategy is. So my goal with this pitch was just help them visualize a successful partnership and what it might be like to work with me and put my best foot forward. And also, I just wanted to appear open and excited to work together. And come across that I want to help them work toward their goals. And this is going to be a mutually beneficial thing, and the brand can really benefit from it. So I emailed them, very similar to the DM that I sent, but with the email, I had the opportunity to send over a bunch more resources and information about me just in case they wanted to look at it. Now, I'm not recruiting influencers, so I don't know if they actually looked at it or not, but I made it super easy for them to find the information that I want them to see about me. So I sent my website, my Instagram, my TikTok, so they can just click, see it right away, and also my media kit, and I'll show those in the next slides. The other thing that I included in the email was that, hey, I'm happy to send over ideas. I can think of all these creative things in my brain. But then again, I don't know exactly what they're looking for. So I was like, hey, I can send ideas, but of course, I'm open to jumping in on any campaigns that you're already planning and partnerships that they might have in mind that they can see happening using me as an influencer for those. I again sent over my food photography examples. These are them. And also one of those links to my partnerships website page. This is just what it looks like. Thought this would be a good place to share what I've done to really consolidate all of the sponsorships that I've done so far and hopefully put my best foot forward to get more sponsorships. So this is what I've included on my partnerships page of my website. I have a little about me section, super quick, includes some of my interests, such as investing in technology and interior design. I let people know I like traveling and immersing myself in new cultures and experiences. I love beaches and skis and adventure. And of course, I'm a gymnast at the University of Florida, and I enjoy getting outdoors. I enjoy dancing and listening to business podcasts. And my goal is to share a message of playfulness in sport. So as you can see, just from these few sentences, somebody can get a really good idea of my brand and the things that I'm interested in. So when a brand visits this website, they know exactly if their brand falls into any of those categories and might fit with the content that I'm already creating. I've included a little introduction video so that people can hear me talk. They can see my face. Really simple example of who I am. I mentioned all the places that I'm available to collaborate on. I just want to make it seem like I'm really open and excited to partner with brands. And importantly, I do not include any rates because that is like shoving yourself into a box. If you include your rates, nobody's ever going to offer you more than that because they know you can charge that much and you'll create content for them. And then also you're blocking yourself out of other opportunities that might pay slightly less, but they could be a really good opportunity that you want to say yes to anyway. So no rates, just that I'm available and you can contact me and I would love to discuss a partnership. And then I have some pictures of me. Visuals are important. And also quick links to all my social media and my media kit, which I've created a dynamic media kit on mediakits.com. It's not perfect. It doesn't update every day, but it definitely is a lot easier than having to update my own media kit every time I get another few hundred followers or a few thousand followers, because when you have a growing community, that happens a lot and it's just way too much work. So I've got this media kit that shares some of my demographic information and followers and things like that that brands want to see before they decide to partner with you. So going back to the email, that was all the links that I sent over to Just Salad when I pitched them in the email. If they looked at it, I don't know. I think it could have helped me out. Basically, they came back with, hey, we're interested. Can you please share your rates? And when I got that email, I was like, oh no, that means I have to throw out a number. And I always think it's better to avoid putting out the first number, because when you get a sense of their budget, you're not lowballing yourself and missing out on potential money. But I didn't want to be difficult. I didn't want to extend this email chain longer than it needed to be. I wanted to come across as somebody who's easy to work with and professional. So I just sent along my current rates in something that looked just like this. These were my rates at the time, and I was crossing my fingers that they would come back and say that it might work out. I thought about adjusting my rates, upping them a little bit more, see what I could get, because you can always negotiate down. But I was really excited to work with Just Salad, and I felt that this would be a great brand association for me. I literally love salad, which is a weird thing to say, but I was okay with these rates. So I sent them, and yay, they said it would work, which makes me think that I could have gotten more, but it's all right. And they said that, hey, we want you to be a part of our back to school campaign and let us know if this timing works. At the time, this was the end of May, I believe. So I set it in my calendar to reach back out in July, and hopefully, cross fingers, they would still be interested in partnering with me. Fast forward a couple months, they were still interested. I did a super quick follow-up email. They sent over some details, a contract to review, which luckily looked really good, and a quick creative brief that I looked through. I thought everything looked fine. I was happy with creating the type of content that they were looking for. So I signed the contract, sent over some drafts, and we went from there. With this partnership, I actually never talked to them. Everything was just via email and sending over drafts and things like that via Google Drive. It all worked out in the end. I created the content, it got approved first try, except I think they made me lower the music like 3 times. It was ridiculous. I was lowering it by 2 decibels every time. They're like, just a little more, which is one of those silly things that can be a little bit annoying. Like, oh, I have to keep revising. But luckily, it was just a music change and everything looked good. And I posted the
Back to school lunch hack. As a student athlete who prioritizes health and wellness, Just Salad is my go-to lunch favorite. Invest in a $1 reusable bowl and get a free topping with every use. You can choose from 15 chef-designed meals or build your own. I love mixing flavorful veggies, healthy fats, and quality proteins for a nutritious meal that keeps me energized all day. So delicious.
So delicious.
I don't know if you wanted to see that, but there you go. That's a video I created. It did have music, and that's a picture that I posted on Instagram, because it was a 1 feed post and 1 TikTok partnership in the end. Next, shifting to a completely different partnership, and this one was with BSN Sports, and actually it's still going on. I haven't actually posted yet, but the contract is all ready to go, and this is how it came about. With this one, they came to me, and they emailed my business email address, which is actually in my Instagram bio. It's under the email button that you can see on your phone, but that doesn't actually come up, I'm not sure, on computers. And a lot of people that are working for brands or working for agencies looking for influencers, they might not be able to click that button on the web. I've heard, I don't know, but I also have it in my bio typed out just so it's really clear and really easy for people to find. And that's not my personal email. It's a separate email that I use for all my partnerships. Basically, they are a widespread provider of school and university sports uniforms. I never heard of them before, but apparently they're all over the place and a very big company. And they are putting on a Thank You Coach campaign this October. So this was the initial email, little introduction. They tried to make themselves sound cool. When I see these things, I immediately go to Google, look up the brand, make sure it's legit, make sure the email address that it's coming from is legit. If you ever see a so-and-so at gmail.com or at whatever.com that is not the brand name, that is a no-go. That is 99.9% of the time a scam, and you probably shouldn't even respond, maybe even block them, because somebody is trying to take advantage of you or get your information. But this one was an email at bsnsports.com. It had a professional signature line at the end, felt legit. And there was obviously some effort put into this email. It was targeted to me, not just some random blast that could have gone out to thousands and thousands of content creators like, hey, we want you to be part of this campaign, or sign up on this portal, or join our platform, whatever, you're going to get paid, and craziness. This was, hey, we're reaching out to you for a reason, and this is a campaign that we'd like you to be a part of. So I was like, that piques my interest. I responded, thanks for reaching out. I want to learn more. Obviously, based on that email, I can't say yes or no. I want to know more details. They came back and gave me a lot more information, which was actually awesome. They even included a video that overviewed the campaign and showed what it looked like last year and included a lot of details. I didn't include them here, but I got a really good sense of the content that I would be creating. So I knew that I was interested. This is still part of the second email. They said they were looking for a Instagram reel or story, thanking a coach. In my mind, I was like, yeah, I can do that. Sounds nice. I've had great experiences with my coaches, so it felt really true to me to take part in this. And they asked me to send over my typical compensation budget, which I hate, but they always do it, and it's all right. And they also offered that, hey, let's set up a video call to talk through more information, which is something that I personally really enjoy, because having that face-to-face connection with the brand always seems to make the partnerships go better. And then you get that chance to ask those burning questions like, what are your goals for this campaign? What would success look like? And really show that you're invested in making this a mutually beneficial partnership and making it successful for the brand, giving them the return on investment that they deserve based on what they're paying you. This time, though, I was smart. I avoided sharing my rates and asked for the budget. But I didn't just ask for the budget. I did my best to show my worth. I knew that I would be incorporating gymnastics into a thank you coach campaign since I'm a gymnast. And my reels have been performing really well recently when they include gymnastics. So I said that. I said they usually surpass 25,000 views. So I would be happy to post a reel for a much higher investment than for an Instagram story, because, that's a 24-hour thing. I don't have to keep it on my feed. Stories are simpler. Reels are worth more to brands, and they also take more work for me. So obviously I'm going to charge more. But instead of saying fee or charge or rate, I like to use the word investment, because that is truly what it is. It's an investment in an advertising service, and the brands are going to get something out of it. And just using that language makes it sound more enticing, and who knows, maybe subconsciously it helps them want to pay you more. And then they came back and gave a true offer. They said, based on engagement and followers, we could offer you $2,500 for a 30-second Instagram reel. Let me know you and your agent's thoughts on this. I don't know if you remember my rates from the other slide, but this was way above them. And I was like, yes, okay, I'll do that. That sounds like a win-win, 100% worth it for me. So I was excited about that. And we hopped on a Zoom call, scheduled that, discussed content ideas. I'm currently working on the video. And through that time, I had my new agent review the contract, and I signed it just after a couple really minor changes to the contract. So far, knock on wood, everything has been seamless, and I hope it goes well when I actually post the video, and I hope it gets more than 25,000 views, because I did mention that my gymnastics videos usually get that much, and I want to fulfill that promise to the brand. But overall, I'm excited about it, and it was a more seamless process than usual, which is great. That's it for now. There are a million other ways these things can go. I don't want to overwhelm anybody, and that all can be for a different video. But overall, it's a process, and every deal usually takes many emails back and forth, which I'm sure you can understand, and sometimes multiple calls, and usually it's worth it in the end. But you have to just make sure to stay true to your values, stay true to your worth or your client's worth, and make sure that any partnerships that either you're reaching out to or they're coming to you really make sense on both ends. Again, every deal is different. I know I've said that so many times. These are some of my best negotiation processes, and I hope that this video helped you see a little bit deeper into the process of getting brand deals set up, and I wish you the best of luck.